What's up, everybody? It's Wes and Andy, and we are back. It's Random Fandom Tuesday night for the week of Tuesday, March the 12th. This one, Random Fandom number 54. Wow.
Club 54.
The little show that keeps on trucking.
Mm-hmm.
Random Fandom, of course, it's just our weekly hangout where we just kind of talk about pop culture stuff that kind of caught our attention through the week. That being said, it is an audience participation show. So if you have a comment or thoughts on any of the stories that we're going to cover tonight, or you've got something that you want to talk about that we maybe didn't cover this week, you can always join us in the live chat on whatever platform you happen to be watching from. We get the comments from all of them. And if you're really so inclined, you can pick up the phone and you can hit the WhatsApp link and you can call in. Now, the line is open. We can take calls at any time. Don't wait for us. Don't wait for a story break because the show keeps rolling. Feel free to interrupt us because, hey, that's the nature. That's the nature of live.
Speaking of live, that's one thing I didn't delve into much of this week.
The Academy Awards?
Yes.
That's fine.
I mean, even though there was that one moment with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito pointing out Michael Keaton. And
the
him
look.
Just doing the little...
The eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, there's Batman.
We all saw... I didn't watch. When's the last time you actually watched the Academy Awards?
I could not tell you.
No, me neither. I would say that I was a teenager the last time I actually watched it. So it just hasn't... Award shows in general just haven't appealed to me. Now, the exception to that, there's one exception, and it's only because it's recently been...
The Fanny Awards?
Well, there's that. I mean, that's our little show. We've only had one of those. No, they've started to televise the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Ooh.
So normally it's like recorded and it's shown.
Yeah, like on the movie network or something.
This year, it was live. Yeah, so I quite enjoy. Sorry, this year, the last one was live, and I watched almost the whole thing. It was quite interesting to watch. So that one I enjoy.
That's cool.
Right. Well. Let me find. Oh, there we are. We are on the right page today.
We are.
Of course, it's Random Fandom, and things wouldn't be the same if we didn't start with one of these.
Random Fandom Trivia.
That's what we like to call it here. Random Fandom Trivia. Andy, you got a question for us?
I do have a question for you.
Right, let's see what it is.
Let me just adjust this here.
Oh, did I not?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
Okay. Question for you. This film about a Russian princess is often mistaken for a Disney film.
Oh.
Is it A?
Oh, it is animated.
Thumbelina.
Okay. We're talking animated. All right.
B, Cinderella, or C, Anastasia?
You know, I know the answer to this. I don't know why I know the answer because I can't tell you the last time. I don't even know if I've ever watched this movie from start to finish. But I do know there is. Oh, look at that! That was a fast one. Red, very fast on the trigger. He says it's Anastasia.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is an animation studio out there that is often, and it's not just whatever the answer is to this question. A lot of their movies have the Disney look. And there's a reason for that.
It's not the Don Bluth one, is it?
Yeah.
Secret of Nim.
Yeah. So like Don Bluth was an animator at Disney.
Well,
and
makes
then
sense.
broke off and went out on his own. I too would say Anastasia. That's my guess.
Fair enough. All in for all in out there in viewer land.
All two of us.
Yep. It'll pick up.
That's okay. 2, 20, 100, thousands. I don't care. We do it because it's fun.
Yep. But Red, you are correct.
What? It is the Anastasia.
It is.
Is this not a Don Bluth film?
You know what? I think it might be.
I believe this is a Don Bluth film.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
But, There you go. I mean, the tail itself is way darker in real life, but
Oh yeah.
so it's got that, Disney
Yeah.
air about it as
It
well.
is. It is. Anastasia. It is a Don Bluth movie, 1997. BFCA Critics' Choice Award for Best Family Film.
Hmm.
That's cool.
I bet you all her family wasn't shot down and executed in this version.
Well, no. I hope not. That's like reading a Brothers Grimm
Oh,
fairy
exactly.
tale. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow, Anastasia. It's not even winter anymore.
Nope.
We're almost out of the woods.
It almost looks like spring out there.
Sorry, I have a question. I can't take this one on air, but I can show you. We do have a question. We have a question if we are going to cover a particular thing tonight, and I didn't ask you ahead of time.
Oh.
Did we mention this?
You know what? I don't believe we did.
Okay, so the answer is no. All right, so thank you very much. Random texter. Thank you.
But
oh, this is great. Wait a second. Let's go. Let's check this one out. Let's give this person a plug.
Really?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Well, we can talk about their bullshit.
All right.
Hello, exquisite. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, etc., chatbots, etc., because that's what you are. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Flexible and convenient order management panel, chat panel, everything's in your hands. A huge number of custom settings, go stream rights. Get out of my show. One time.
That's not pop culture.
One time, I'm in a couple of podcast groups, right? Because we're podcasters. That's what we do.
Stay a foot of going.
And I thought that these groups were going to be beneficial to what we do, and they're not. They really are not. As soon as you get these ones, like several times a week, put your latest episode link in the comments for lots of likes and stuff. And I'm like, and I don't do that.
Yeah. But
simply say, oh, what are you talking about this week? And I say, oh, this week we're talking about this, and that. The one time I did that very recently, actually, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
If I didn't get half a dozen unsolicited friend requests, all from podcast promoters.
Oh.
No. If I want a promoter, I'll get one. I get it. You got to spend money to make money, but we're not there yet. So
yeah.
Thanks, but no thanks, whoever you are on Twitch.
But moving on to our first item of business.
Oh yeah, the thing we're actually here to do. Sorry, about
it's
that.
not a positive one though.
Sorry. Oh no.
But we lost Akira Toriyama this week.
Oh.
The creator of Dragon Ball and a pioneer in the manga industry.
Yeah. And then I just saw a thing about this today. Something about, don't quote me on this, the Mexican drug cartels actually stopped doing stuff in honor of this.
Really?
Don't quote me on that.
I don't.
Something happened where some bad people stopped doing some stuff, potentially out of respect for. I'm like, is it that big in Mexico?
Hey, it's big all over the world.
I don't know.
I mean, it's endured this long, right?
We lost another one this week. I bet you missed this one. And I only saw it today, so it would be totally acceptable if you did.
Well, maybe, but
oh well, then I'll just wait.
We'll see, because we do have
another. Oh, okay, sorry.
But yeah, according to the statement on the official Dragon Ball Z account for X, he passed away due to an acute subdermal hematoma.
Oh no!
So yeah,
that's a brain bleed, man.
Yeah,
that's not fun.
Yeah. Passed away at the age of 68.
Oh,
and he was actively working on another spinoff for the Dragon Ball franchise.
68 is not that old in 2024.
No. But he was active creatively for over 45 years.
Yeah.
So,
Steve showing up here. There's Steve. Hello, Steve. How's it going tonight? I hope you're having a good time wherever you are or whatever's going on. I know that weather is kind of nice in our neck of the woods. So,
but, all our best to his family and loved ones. And
yeah, absolutely.
Anime and manga lost a big one.
I mean, the Dragon Ball torch, though, is far from being extinguished.
Dragon Ball is still going strong.
Yeah.
All these years later. But this next one also just caught me today.
I didn't know that. Red's got a comment there, talking about Akira. Red says Dragon Ball is a big deal in manga and anime. He was the key artist for my favorite Super Nintendo game too, Chrono Trigger.
Nice.
That's an expensive game if you can find it, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but our next up on the docket, unfortunately.
What? You got it too. And I just saw this like earlier today.
Yeah, Eric Carmen, front man for the Raspberries,
All
passed away.
Yeah.
And Hungry Eyes wrote that one.
That's right. Yes. Yes, he did. From the Dirty Dancing soundtrack.
Yeah. Passed away at the age of 74.
Man. You know, the only reason I saw that was I was scrolling through Facebook. We were sitting down to have lunch today after I took my granddaughter bowling today.
Nice.
We sat down for lunch and I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw a very nice tribute from oh my God, Rick Springfield.
Nice.
Rick Springfield. Yeah. So when Rick was a young man, I guess he spent quite a bit of time opening for the Raspberries. Yeah. So it's too bad. It's too bad that we've lost him. And I agree. Rick Springfield's had something, and this is applicable, I think, to all of these stories when we cover them. Is it's like, why do we have to lose somebody before we can talk about, you know, all of the things that they contributed to?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, sad to see him go.
Mm. They didn't give an exact date of when he passed, just sometime over the weekend. And
that's fair.
You know, it was quiet and peaceful. So
you know, that's all you could ever want, you know, quiet and peaceful.
Yeah. But moving over into the pop culture realm.
All right, let's get to the fun stuff.
Yeah, Disney Plus has revealed the release schedule and all the episode titles for next week's X-Men 97.
Have you watched the little trailer thing? That it's not much to look at.
I watched the one trailer where Gambit kind of energizes Wolverine's skeleton.
We did, okay, so that one was kind of cool. Are you ready for this? Are you gonna tune in?
I'm gonna tune in.
Like day one. Are you gonna be there? Like, okay, it's up, let's go.
If I remember.
Now this is going to be weekly drops.
Yep, we start with a 2-episode drop on March 20th, and then single going through until May 15th.
Right to the end.
Yeah.
Now, just like every other streaming series, 10 episodes, right?
Yep.
10, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I get it that that's sort of the standard that these shows, you know, 10 episodes is considered a season, but man, like I'm still in the cable TV generation where
23.
Yeah, 24 to 26 if you're really, really lucky.
Plus a pilot.
Yeah, or 2 if you're Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will watch. I don't know if I'm going to be day one on this. Only because of the other things that we got going on in our lives. So,
well, the opening title is To Me, My X-Men.
To Me, My X-Men.
I'm thinking Professor X is going to die in the opening episode.
Well, you know, I almost feel like it's going to be an in media res thing. Like we're going to pick it up. And I get the suspicion that Charles may already be dead.
Could be.
I kind of hope so. I don't feel like I need to see that. And I feel like we need to hear, like, because we saw in the trailer, they go and
there's like a gravestone and stuff.
They go to recruit Magneto. Yeah. And I suspect that we'll hear Magneto say that before the end of the episode or by the end of the episode. TJC, another legend in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to have you along tonight, sir. Hope all is well.
But that's not all the X-Men 97 news.
You got
this one just dropped a couple hours ago.
Oh, okay.
But apparently, you know, we're 1 week away from the debut.
Yeah.
But they've fired the creator of X-Men 97. Bo DeMaio was fired by Marvel Studios this week, and all his social media accounts have been deactivated.
Okay, that's something squirrely has happened.
But Marvel Studios has not issued any comment as to why.
Oh, it'll come out later for sure.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that always comes out.
Yeah. But like he, you know, wrote this whole season, and apparently he's going to get credit for writing season 2 because it's already been greenlit.
Yeah.
But,
oh, Red's got a comment. Put that one up.
Are we don't?
Red, you didn't watch the last time we talked about this. Grow up.
If you got the cash, go get the Mondo robe.
That's right. Go buy get the Mondo figure because there's no toning down there.
No.
All right. Gaz is in the house. Afternoon Legends. Thank you very much. I feel very legendary all of a sudden. Thank you very much.
Oh, Red says he might have missed it.
Might have missed it. We talked about this. We did. We legitimately talked about this when they put up the that we talked about the
The
memes and
initial,
stuff.
yeah.
And I'm like, man, X-Men 97. So the majority of people who are watching this were probably, preteen teenagers in the 90s
Yeah.
are now grown. Let's be real. For the most part, they're grown ass men.
We're adults.
Grown
technically.
ass men. And I mean, yeah, okay, you can think what you think, but when you start saying it, like, just grow up.
It's okay to still love that. It's the
No,
Juggernaut
absolutely.
bitch theme, though.
Absolutely. I'm talking
Remember
more
that
about
one?
what's that?
It's the Juggernaut, bitch.
Oh, yeah. With Vinnie Jones?
No, the one that actually got referenced in X-Men 3.
Yeah.
No, there was an animated series where they took all the animated footage
Right.
and they had these
Right,
guys
right.
overdub their voices. And it was hilarious back in the late 90s there,
So,
early 2000s.
while we're there for a second, talking about the Juggernaut and Vinnie Jones, I guess he was asked.
Really?
Yes, and he said that he's just, and let's face it. I mean, he is an older man now, but he apparently turned down a role, a reprisal of the Juggernaut for Deadpool.
Huh.
I don't blame him for saying no.
Well, I mean, if they just plan to rehash what they did in The Last Stand,
Wow,
good
no.
for him turning it down.
No, that's fine.
Because what they did in Deadpool nailed it.
Oh yeah, the full CGI Juggernaut. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was perfect. No, so just to close on the whole character modeling thing, I mean, if that's what you're getting out of it, man.
I'm expecting the animation to be better than the last season of the original, though.
Well, they switched animation
They
studios by the time they went to somewhere in India or
Yeah.
something, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
They made an Eric, Red. He can appreciate this too. When they did this animated movie, man, it has nothing to do with X-Men, but Dragonlance.
Yes.
It's a Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah.
campaign world. Got an animated movie. They blew all of their money on voice talent. They got like Kiefer Sutherland to play one of the main characters. Yeah, it went to an Indian animation house and it was god awful. So bad. No. Oh no, not complaining, just commentary. Of course. No, that's fine.
That's what we're doing. We're talking it out here.
Sure.
I'm sure this next one is going to get a lot of talk. Apparently,
Oh,
Jake Paul is set to fight Mike Tyson.
I've really kind
live
of
on Netflix.
I've really held my tongue on this, and I've put more thought into this than maybe I should. One, I'm not a boxing fan. Two, I can't stand.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, I can't stand him.
I know he's in the WWE now, and I actually caught a little bit of his shtick there on.
Isn't that no? This
think it
is
was
yeah.
Monday Night
Logan
Raw.
Paul's in the WWE. This
Yeah.
is Jake. He's not. It's his brother.
Is it?
Yeah. So Jake Paul has been
Oh,
going
right.
around basically making a career out of. I hate to say this, fighting a bunch of has-beens.
Ooh,
Right now,
this is the wrong has-been to pick.
okay, so I like Steve's comment. Steve says, "I hope Tyson kicks the shit out of him."
I don't think it's a matter of hope at this point.
Mike Tyson, you gotta love him. I mean,
as long as he doesn't bite his ear off, he's good to go.
he's expressed a shit ton of remorse over that, and he's been forgiven for it, by the way.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's last professional fight
Was in
2005.
No, it was a couple years ago because
That wasn't a pro fight.
Was it not a pro
No,
fight?
that was an
Or
exhibition in
Okay.
2020. Yeah.
Well, he was still fighting.
But last professional bout was in 2005. Now there's a significant age gap.
Yes.
And I mean, combat sports, I mean, there's always a younger, faster, more aggressive, wants it more. I don't know. Like if this guy's trying to build a legitimate resume to actually get some real fights, this might be the one to do it.
Yeah.
Do I want him to win? Of course I don't. I think he's a putz. I hope that Iron Mike, can humble this guy, because every time this guy just has a mouth on him and I just can't stand it.
Silver Spider says, "Come on, Tyson. Glass Joe doesn't
Glass
stand
Joe
a
doesn't
chance."
stand a chance. Yeah, I hope so.
Steve says,
Pitbull without a leash. Yeah.
Yeah. But watching his brother on WWE, if it's anything like that, because I don't watch this Jake Paul guy,
No, neither
but
do I.
he sounds like an idiot.
Well, I mean, both of them were YouTubers, right?
Okay.
And I mean, you might remember the one. Which one was it? One of them went to that, the forest in Japan where there's like it's known for suicide.
forest.
Yeah, and then filmed it.
Oh, that's not.
And then aired it on their channel, right?
Isn't that nice?
So like that just like you don't That's not something that you do and you plead
No.
ignorance to. I didn't know what I was doing.
No.
No.
I mean, it shows up on most amazing top 10 for haunted locations. It's not like
Rightfully
it's
so.
unknown.
Rightfully so. Talking about Logan Paul though and his WWE-ness.
Yeah.
Last year, not the recent one, but the previous Royal Rumble, I was invited to a Royal Rumble party, and so I watched my first pro wrestling event that I'd watched since I was a kid, and sure enough, he was there, and I was quite surprised with his performance in the ring. And as much as I don't like the guy, as much as I think, and I agree with Silver Spider, sounds like an idiot. I thought that his presence in the ring and the stuff that he was doing, and I'm talking like high flyer stuff
Yeah.
that I never expected out of this guy. He did okay. He
Yeah.
did okay.
But at the same time, that's still a WWE universe, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, yes, it's physical. Yes, it's taxing and everything, but you're not actively trying to take the other guy's head off. Whereas
No.
with Tyson, he's gunning for your head.
Well, I mean, the numbers, I wish I had them in front of me. I did look at them today, and they talked about sort of career totals, and like of Tyson's like 50 plus
Yeah.
pro bouts, his knockouts, like win by knockouts, are like 40 something.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's like one draw and
a
maybe
couple
one loss.
TKOs,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Fighters.
Yeah, Tyson in his prime was a beast. Gaz, I'd be more impressed, and no offense to boxing fans here, if this guy entered into an over-the-top arm wrestling championship like Hawk. Over the top, baby. Over the top.
Stallone at his finest.
Absolutely. The one has a podcast, and they're both mouthpieces. Yes, Steve. Yes, they are.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to take place July 20th at the AT&T Stadium in Texas, and it'll be available to all Netflix subscribers.
Wait. Okay, so that was my next question. Airing on Netflix, this is not going to be like an add-on thing.
No, this is you're subscribed, you're in.
So that is,
and this is them taking more steps to like trying to get into that sports aspect.
I was thinking that the Netflix crowd, like there's a whole bunch of people that would not normally watch an event like this if it was a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Guys like me.
Yeah.
Right? I'll tune in to watch this.
Exactly.
With popcorn.
Yeah.
And a tissue.
Just in case he loses.
Well, this is the thing. Like, last pro bout was 2005, and there's a part of me that's like, oh, Mike, is this the right thing to do?
Well, he did make an appearance on AEW a couple years ago.
Who, Tyson?
Yeah.
What happened there?
They had to kill the angle real quick because it happened to come out right at the time when the Black Lives Matter hit.
Oh,
and it was supposed to be a feud between him and Jericho.
Okay.
And of course, the racial undertones were there right from the beginning. Like, oh, you can't be beating on a black guy right now.
Oh, wow.
So they backtracked like hell. And
yeah.
Squash that.
I do think, like, you know who's going to win in this one, right?
The public.
The promoter. Whoever put this together. I mean, the Don Kings of the world are like, yes, right now.
Because this is literally Rocky 6.
I read a comment earlier this week that said if Tyson wins, he's going to make a lot of money. If Tyson loses, he's going to make a lot more. Right? It'll be interesting to see what happens. Red says, the only way that I'll watch this fight is free.
Well, as long as you
well, I mean, if you're already paying for Netflix, I mean,
yeah,
I don't think anyone's going to go canceling their subscription just because of this, but
yeah,
I don't know.
There is a comment from Tyson. I'm very much looking forward to stepping into the ring with Jake Paul at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. He's grown significantly as a boxer over the years, so it'll be a lot of fun to see what the will and ambition of a kid can do with the experience and aptitude of a goat.
Nice.
It's a full circle moment that will be beyond thrilling to watch, as I started him off on his boxing journey on the undercard of my fight with Roy Jones, and now I plan to finish him.
So this is that's the exhibition that he had in 2020.
Yeah.
So wow.
Because Paul was on the undercard for that one.
Okay. So full circle moment, man.
Yeah.
Isn't that something, eh? Steve says that Tyson scared the crap out of Joe Rogan.
Fair enough.
On the show?
Probably.
That's why there's a desk between him and whoever the guest is.
Exactly. So he can be all, opinionated and still have a little
at least 6 feet of separation, so I've got time to run.
3-second head start.
That's right.
Yeah. You're going to need one of those for this next one.
Yeah.
So moving on here. First came the bear, then came the shark. Now comes the werewolf.
What?
Cocaine Werewolf
Okay, werewolf.
is an upcoming horror comedy that will huff, puff, snort, and kill.
Costumes courtesy of Spirit Halloween.
Quite possibly.
Oh, wow, that's awful. Red's going back to the Tyson thing for a second here. Red says Mike has been on every drug known to man for the majority of his retirement. I doubt he'll even feel the results of this fight. Wow. Oh, Steve, yes, that's why his desk is wide. Absolutely. I need time to get the hell out of here.
Yep. But yeah, this one trending on the success of last year's Cocaine Bear. It spawned another one called Cocaine Shark.
I mean, every
Which,
time
again, this one didn't go to theater, Cocaine Shark, but the guy that made Cocaine Shark
Yeah.
is the one who's making Cocaine Werewolf.
So are we expecting that this is going to be a direct to?
Oh yeah, this is good. They are saying expect this later on video on demand.
Oh boy.
So
Announced yesterday, streaming next week.
yeah, basically. But
Shot in a week for $40 on a pack of cigarettes.
the synopsis from Cleopatra Entertainment reads: Cocaine Cash and a crew filming a low-budget horror movie in the eerie woods of northern Pennsylvania clash when an unexpected visit from a bloodthirsty werewolf literally enters the picture with deadly results.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Oh, that's a good one. Red says the latest drop in the cocaine verse. Can you imagine someone out there ties all these together?
Well, do we get Cocaine Sharknado?
All you got to do is recreate one of the scenes from Cocaine Bear from behind. You don't have to have the same actors. All you got to do is have people dressed like them and see them from behind and have the werewolf go running by.
True.
Done. Shared universe.
It's all canon. But yeah, starring Marie DeLorenzo, Jeff Kirkendall, Titus Himmelberger, sorry about that one, Ken Van Sant, Bryce Kennedy, Yoli Canellis, and Noyes Lawton. I know.
Do you know any of those names?
None of them.
Me neither. Screenplay by Tiger Torres.
Who is the one who wrote Cocaine Shark?
That's Tyger. Tiger.
Red says Cocaine Vengers.
Cocaine Vengers.
Steve says Werewolf Bear Sharknado. Next movie.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So at some point this will be out.
Werewolf NATO Revenge of the Bear Shark. Oh my god.
Red, we need to start producing.
I think Red's already been hit into the brandy.
Maybe.
Cocaine Werewolf. Can we work in some kaiju? Yes.
Cocaine
Yes.
Kaiju. On a mountain of cocaine.
Seriously,
Just
just
like
set
Scarface.
it in Tokyo.
Yep. Oh, but sticking with the white, moving on though.
We'll call it Cocaine Bear Bearwolf. -1.
Cocaine Man Bear Pig.
Man Bear Pig.
But sticking with the white, the White Vision.
Oh, right.
Paul Bettany has confirmed that he will return as the Vision in the MCU.
So this feels to me like one of the biggest dangling things.
Absolutely.
I personally was apprehensive of WandaVision when we saw the first couple like little bits of it, and I was like, I don't know. By the time of it was over, I was completely absorbed in it.
Yeah.
And I really kind of thought that this arc, like, he's coming back. He's coming back. And it's just dangled for how long now?
It's been a couple years.
Yeah, a couple of years. So.
Oh, there's a good point from Red.
The top of Mount Fuji is awfully white.
Could be. Cocaine Kaiju and Mount Fuji.
Cocaine Fuji.
But Paul, he did confirm that he will be returning in Vision Quest.
I like the title.
Yeah.
I like the title Vision Quest. I mean, you can't have this complete. I know there's a whole existential thing going on here. This whole who am I?
Yeah.
And who do I want to be thing. One is dead.
They've confirmed that too.
Wanda's dead. So this Vision, if this new White Vision goes the way of comic books and comes around, he's on his own.
Yeah. But they've also confirmed the showrunner for it, and it's going to be Jack Schaefer.
Oh,
So,
WandaVision showrunner. Yeah.
WandaVision and Agatha, Darkhold Diaries.
So we're getting some consistency there. Now, I picture this as being more of a traditional MCU project. Do you think that, given the track record, and I'm not saying there's anything bad, we haven't seen the Agatha series yet, so I can't really comment on that. But based on what we saw in WandaVision, would that style work with a Vision solo thing?
WandaVision, not necessarily.
I don't think so.
But I think maybe a Littlest Hobo style could work. Like he just travels from place to place, kind of trying to figure out who he is.
Just helping, people along the way.
He's got the base programming do right?
There's a voice.
Exactly.
Keeps on calling me.
Down
the road
is where the Vision will be.
Every stop I make, I'll make a new friend.
Can't stay for long. Got to get back to the Avengers eventually again.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it's gonna happen at some point.
I'm excited for this. But I'm reserved as well.
Yeah,
I am.
It's going to be after. Also of note, Agatha has changed titles again.
Wait, whoa. We were. It was going to be
Darkhold Diaries, Agatha, something of Darkness.
It was Agatha, House of Madness at one point.
We are down to simply Agatha.
I'd almost prefer that they just stop telling this stuff.
Wait until you pick one.
We're making a series that's about Agatha Harkness and just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Like when it's ready, then tell us.
Yeah. That one is set to premiere late this year, so we can't expect Vision Quest until anytime after that.
The big question, as I think is relevant to all MCU projects, is where in the timeline is this going to be set?
Well,
is it going to pick up right after the events of WandaVision?
It could, because he basically just floats off to do whatever the hell he wants.
So that version of Wanda would still be alive.
True.
Until she goes batshit crazy.
Yeah.
She's basically studying
she's reading the Darkhold.
The Darkhold at the end of the series.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much chance of him getting through.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
But multiverse happens and she could come back.
Well, I mean, we don't have a date on this. We don't know when this is coming, but we know that the only MCU film for the year is Deadpool. So, I mean, either this is, pre or post.
Could be.
I feel like, now, do we know when the new Captain America is coming out?
I don't know for sure, but it's another one of those ones that's been retitled a few times too.
But I wonder if this is like, we're setting this up so that White Vision can be part of the next iteration of the Avengers, whatever that looks like.
Maybe the West Coast Avengers.
That might be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That might be interesting. What's that? Oh, opening scene should be White Vision bursting out of the Wanda Dome.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Or was the dome down at that point?
I don't remember.
Probably not. Because the dome comes down and regular Vision dies. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, well, we'll find out soon enough.
Good for Paul, though. That was at a convention, I guess, over the weekend. He had said that.
Yeah. And more news going forward for movies. Star Wars and Marvel alum Ming-Na has joined the cast of the new Karate Kid film.
This makes me happy.
Yeah.
I saw like a little, there was no, and I couldn't do any sort of legwork on it to sort of like suss out the veracity of it, but it was like a bunch of headshots of like, here are the people starring in this movie. And it was
Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, I was going to say Daniel LaRusso. Yeah. And then it showed off a bunch of young people. I didn't know any of them.
Apparently Ben Wang will star as in the title role.
Oh, cool.
He's our new Karate Kid. There you go, guys.
Hey, Marvel, where's the Puck movie?
It's right beside the Alpha Flight movie.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we talked about that not too long ago, too.
We should. I think we're long overdue for
Is the world ready for an Alpha Flight movie?
Just jam Wolverine in there; it'll be fine.
You know what I said about that?
Yep.
Now it's a Wolverine movie with Alpha Flight, not an Alpha Flight movie with Wolverine.
That's okay.
But he was not coming back.
That's all right. They can hire somebody new. Multiverse.
Do you want them to hire somebody new?
Well, I don't know yet.
I mean, we can't escape the aging process. So at some point,
unless they, kind of tip their hand and reveal that yes, they were cloning all these celebrities all along. What's that? It's New Jackman. Gotcha.
New Jackman. Okay.
Yeah. But currently the film's plot, Wen's role is not
There's
known
really,
yet.
there hasn't been a whole lot spoken about this other than it's going to unite the old franchise with the new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't think needed to be done, but whatever.
I'm not opposed to it. Huge jacked man. Haven't seen that one in a while.
Which is funny because that's like the character right out of New Guy.
Yeah.
When Ryan Reynolds comes in and they have
That's right.
Blue Shirt Guy 2.0.
That's right. I'm interested. I've said this before, and I am not ashamed to say it again. I'm interested in Jackie Chan as the pseudo Miyagi character for this movie.
Mhm.
Who else is he going to be?
Exactly.
Yeah, but him being, he and Daniel getting together, a la the same way they are in Cobra Kai, with Daniel and Johnny having to put their crap aside.
Mhm.
Maybe there's a point where Daniel just doesn't have what it takes to solely train somebody and needs that extra.
Well, he didn't solely have it. That's why he had to go get what's his face.
Oh,
Japan.
Chosun.
Yes.
Chosun. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, Gaz, always with the crazy. I love this.
It's a
They
good
should just
idea.
combine the Karate Kid with American Ninja.
And throw in
Is
some
Mike-
Delta Force in there.
Is
while you're
Michael
at it.
Dudikoff still around?
I don't know.
I haven't seen him in a long time, man.
Yeah. But apparently this Karate Kid film is slated to be in theaters December 13th of this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
If we did that, if we got Michael Dudikoff and to come back, they have to train in the style of Jim Kata. Oh, yes, he is still around. Okay, that's
there you
cool.
go.
That's cool.
So we will see come December how this works out. But hopefully we get Cobra Kai's final season before that.
Well, I mean, we did get I wouldn't even call it a teaser, but we did get the cast, some of the
Saying
cast
they're
talking
back
about
doing
it.
again.
Yeah, back in production. Now, maybe that was filmed like later on. Maybe things are already much further
be.
along than we know.
True.
That would be nice. I would love I would love the final season this year.
And then cap it off with the movie.
Yeah, by the end of the year. Yeah. Maybe the Karate Kid, the new Karate Kid movie would make a good Christmas movie. Maybe. I don't know.
Here's another one for the kids. Super Mario Brothers 2 is confirmed.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the game for a second.
No.
Like, oh, that's the best game.
Was it though?
Hardest
True.
of the side scroller sprite based games. Mario 2, that sucker is hard. I never finished it. No, played the crap out of it. Loved it.
Throwing seeds and stuff.
Yeah. Jumping on a Goomba and picking him up.
Yeah. Instead of just squishing them.
No, exactly.
But yeah, Universal and Illumination are confirmed to be working on Super Mario Brothers the movie 2. And they've set a release date, but there's one caveat.
And that is?
And that's going to be not referring to it as a sequel. So they're not calling it like a straight up sequel. It might not be a reboot, but just an expansion on the Mario universe.
Do we have anybody confirmed?
I don't believe so. Even Jack Black has come out and said that he hasn't got word of doing anything yet.
So, I mean, it's tough to say that, but I mean, if what's his name? Chris
Pratt.
Yeah. I mean, if Chris Pratt's in it,
Charlie Day,
you can call it whatever you want. It's a sequel.
True.
It's a sequel.
Yeah.
Or a prequel or something, whatever.
Expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can call it whatever you want. We'll all watch it.
True. But apparently it is slated to hit theaters April 3rd, 2026.
Oh, that's still a ways out.
Yeah,
That's
a long ways out.
Quite a bit of time to get to work on that one. There are more baddies than Bowser. That is true. That is
true.
true.
Haven't even got to the Koopa Kids yet.
Gotta get to Wario.
Yeah.
Wario.
Luigi.
Gaz, love the Super Mario film, though 2 needs more Luigi.
Yes, it does.
I agree. It does need more Luigi. Silver Spider, straight to video.
You know what? By the state of streaming, it might be by the time we get to 2026.
I mean, maybe they do what they were doing pandemic style, and we get a limited theatrical release, and then streaming within the same week.
Yeah, could be.
I'm still not opposed to that, by the way.
I know.
It never bothered me.
But we've got some toy news.
Oh, I like toy news.
Toy news.
What are we going to talk about this week?
Well, this week we got a lot of stuff on the high end scale of things. But it looks awesome.
Oh, so stuff that you and I are never going to buy.
Pretty much.
Okay.
First up from the Star Wars Ahsoka show.
Oh boy. Okay.
We have the 6th scale Balin skull.
Yeah, I saw this,
Oh
and
my god, does it look good?
I actually passed on Balin and Shin in the Black series, and that whole top, this whole top row, and most of the second row are all Black series, and I just wasn't sold on their looks.
Well, these ones have looks to boot, like from the details, the accessories, the extra hands, hand fabricated cloth clothing.
Yeah,
and like they gave close-ups of this stuff, and it looks like pitted metal.
it really does.
And on top of that, they've got rolling eyes in this one.
It goes right back to that thing we said, or that I had said before, that the bigger the figure, the easier it is to do soft goods, because the thread counts are closer to actual.
Yeah,
this looks fantastic.
the face sculpt is amazing.
All I can say is, and I said it before, it's just a shame that Ray is not here to appreciate that. By the way, leave it to toys, which have been spoiling stuff for us forever. We get a really, really, really good look at Balin. Did you notice that he was wearing a ring in the series?
You know what? I don't believe
I don't think I did either.
I remember seeing like a little crystal attached to his belt, but
right, and it looks to me like the crystal on the ring and on the belt looked like they might even be
a match,
the same material. I, for one, am saying that's Kyber.
Could be
potentially a master and or a student.
Maybe.
Man, I know we're talking toys, but damn, do I want more. I just want to know more about him.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great looking figure, though.
And for those out watching, it can be yours for only $285 US or $396.75 Canadian.
Okay, well, let's just round that up. $397 Canuckle.
Yep.
That's right in the ballpark. This is a Black series. I just might have to get this. That looks great. No, unfortunately,
it's a Hot Toys.
Yeah, I could only wish. The Black series version of this figure was just okay, but there was something like, I don't know if it was the skin tones were off, and like recent Black series have had like that shiny thing going on with them. Plus, the biggest complaint about the Black series Balin was that he just wasn't tall enough. He just wasn't imposing enough.
Proper.
Yeah, so I've seen a few fixes where people have like customed some other legs. That's beyond me. I'm not going to be doing that. I buy the figure, I open it, I play with it, pose it, and then put it on the shelf and look at it. I'm not going to go and do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be a season 2 version that's better.
Maybe.
Of course, you can't have one without the other.
No, you can't. And that brings us to our next one, which is the 1/6 scale Shin Hati.
Yeah, that is a massive improvement over the Black series version.
And again, same thing, multiple hands, lots of effects, hand-tailored costuming. And again, they've got the rolling eye.
The independent rolling eyes.
So you can make them look wherever you want them to.
That's been around for a while in different high-end figure lines.
Yeah. But here we see also the scaling next to the Balin figure.
Well, see, and that is way more show accurate. The Black series figures, if you put them together, they're the same height. Yeah. Just so stupid. Oh, they look good. I love the medieval European knight motif, which is really apparent here. We never did get a lot of full body shots of her in the course of the series. So you didn't really get that. Oh, she's got thigh armor and a skirt piece. Oh, now we can see that. And it really comes across.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And again, this one can be yours for only $280 US or $389.79 Canadian.
Oh, so you don't pay as much because she's shorter.
$5 less American.
She's shorter.
Yeah. Apparently.
Oh, great looking figures. If I was, it would be so easy to be a 1/6 scale collector, but I don't have the room for them.
But a bit closer to the price range we're all getting accustomed
Oh, good
to.
stuff that we can afford. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
sort of. Coming out of the McFarlane camp, they did give us our first look this week at the Aquaman and Superman.
My gosh, there hasn't been a week in the last, what, 4 or 5 where we haven't gotten anything. Like, there's always been a new,
Yeah.
hey, McFarlane's got a new thing coming. We just
we were
talked
just talking
about this
about the
Aquaman.
blue
Hey,
energy.
it's not the cut off hand one.
Yeah, and
Well,
the Superman,
there
was the
it
blue
is.
energy one
Yeah,
too,
blue-
right?
Blue Superman and 90s Aquaman.
Yeah. Gotta have the hook jammed in.
Edgy Aquaman.
Yeah. They are part of the JLA Build-A-Figure wave, and rounding out that wave, we also get John Stewart Green Lantern and a gruff-looking Batman's kind of circa Batman 89.
So apparently this is a repaint of I can't think of it now, a recent one.
But what's a wave without another Batman, right?
Well, that's right. I mean, that's McFarlane for you. I can sell Batman every day of the week.
Yep.
John Stewart looks good though.
He
I like the
does.
portrait on that. It looks really good.
Yeah. But should you get all 4 of these, you will be able to complete the Build-A-Figure Plastic Man.
You know, there have been Plastic Man figures before,
There have.
and this might be the best looking one that I can remember in recent years. I love.
It looks like you're going to pull the same thing they did with the Skrull Build-A-Figure, where he's going to have like normal arms and then stretch out.
Yeah. I love the fact that the glasses they've changed to fit the expression.
Yeah,
I love it.
Gaz here.
Why do they have to remind us of that darn electric Superman? Because now they've got the blue one.
Now
they
they
can
can
give
do
you
the
the red
red
one.
Along with another Batman.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Plastic Man's great. Do you remember the Plastic Man animated series?
I don't recall that one, but
This speaks to me in that sense. Like if you watched it on Saturday mornings, and I mean, Plastic Man did Plastic Man stuff.
He's stretchy.
He bubbled, he balled, he stretched and flew and like just did all that stuff. And I just like the look of that.
I can't remember which DC heroine it was, but at one point did he not, turn himself into her dress?
Oh, maybe. Was that
it might be a meme, but I don't know for sure. But I know there's a panel out there where they're like, "Oh, who are you wearing?" And they're like, "Oh, it's Plastic Man."
Plastic Man. The real elongated man.
The other one. The other Mr. Fantastic.
He's the real one. I call him the real one. I think the elongated man's just a.
Yeah.
Although I could be wrong. Maybe I don't know who came first. Plastic Man, was he originally a DC character or was he one that they inherited?
No, I think he's DC.
He is. Okay.
But I think Reed Richards came first. But don't quote me on that.
Oh, I wouldn't know. What's Red saying? Oh, yeah, but he's the gross kind of stretchy. And it was Wonder Woman's dress. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Wonder Woman. Who are you wearing? Plastic Man.
Totally worth it. But sticking with a Batman theme.
Sure.
Lego has put out pre-orders for their next big one. It is Batman the Animated Series Gotham City.
Oh, this is going to be. Oh, I've seen these before.
So it's like you build it up on a wall type.
Yeah.
You can hang it as decorative.
These black box sets.
Yes.
I don't know what the word is for that, but I've seen them before.
Expensive.
Well, that's all Lego now.
Yeah.
But like the flowers and the buildings and all all the Star Wars helmets, they're all in this black packaging.
Yeah. But this one here contains 4,210 pieces. It's 17 inches tall, 30 inches wide, and 3 inches deep.
Okay.
It will be released on April 4th of this year, and it'll set you back only $389.99 Canadian.
But how long before Lepin or one of the other brick companies knocks it off?
Maybe a month.
And you'll save what, $100?
If that.
Yeah.
But
even those are getting kind of pricey.
Yeah. But they did do like a little promotional video to kind of walk you through what you're going to see in it.
Okay.
And we do have that linked in our show notes. And as you can see here,
I mean, is that the Joker's face in the theme park?
It is.
Okay.
But as you can see on the lower right of the screen here, there's all sorts of little tiles and tablets that you will find throughout this thing in reference to like Gotham villains or Batman or whoever, right?
Okay.
So in addition to coming with 4 minifigures, you got all these little tile pieces to find hidden.
Yeah, little Easter eggs built into it.
Yeah.
Oh, Gaz has got an answer for us.
Oh.
Plastic Man debuted in 1941 in Police Comics. So he was an inherited guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't think he was originally one of theirs.
Fair enough. I'm not a
That's
DC
cool.
guy total, so.
No, that's fair.
And I guess Mr. Fantastic was way after that.
Yeah.
60s.
Yeah. So there you go. So Elongated Man.
Yeah.
Knock off.
This next one is super neat, but I don't think it's actually ever going to come to retail.
Does that have anything to do with Superman?
No, but it has something to do with 6 scale stuff.
Oh, okay.
For the photographic presentation of 6
Oh,
scale
dear
Mondo
Lord.
figures.
I saw this and I'm like, are they actually making this?
I don't know. I think this is for production, like stills only. But Raul Berrio has gone on and produced a 6th scale Snake Mountain.
I mean, it
is
like
immense.
What do you say about that the picture doesn't tell you just by looking at it? It is just
Like,
it's jaw-droppingly amazing.
There's him standing next to it for scale in front of a 6 scale He-Man.
Yeah, and I mean Skeletor is on the bridge to Snake Mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, it really kind of puts Castle Grayskull in perspective how small it is compared.
Exactly.
Oh man,
I mean, it's based on the old 80s toy Unfolded, right? But
well, I mean,
the amount of detail in there is absolutely ridiculous.
This kind of reminds me of, and I mean, it's hard not to, the Super 7 Classics scale Snake Mountain. When you opened it up and you got both. You got sort of the snake coiled up around the gate, but then you also got the vintage sort of whatever monstery face that was with the wolf microphone. Is that what it called? The wolf?
And the wolf microphone is still here.
Yeah.
It is It's super detailed on this, and
it's amazing.
I can't say enough about this thing, but you know, if you're looking at price wise, and the Mondo figures are what, 400 a piece.
Yeah,
you're
they're
looking at like $5,000 and up.
I would love this just for my classics collection because I feel like that would be closer to actual scale. Yeah. Or that Castle Grayskull, man.
Yeah.
TJC. Now that is amazing. Yes, it is. It's yeah.
What else do you say about it?
Yeah, it really. Oh.
But yeah, that does round out our toy section this week.
My gosh.
So I guess it's time for our next segment.
Oh my gosh, let me get this ready here. All right, let's fire up the machine as we roll into our next segment.
Loading lexicon. Generating responses. Responses ready. Lexicon is the word game where you decide what's real and what is a con. Get ready. Here we go.
All right, it is that time again where we play Lexicon, the word game where I present you with a totally nonsensical and yet 100% completely real word. I'm going to give you 3 definitions. Of course, your job is to pick out the correct one. And if I've done my job, I will fool you all and I will pull off the con. I apologize. I don't have the digital audio this week, so I'm going to have to read them to you.
That's okay.
All right. Are you ready to see what this week's word is?
What do you got for us?
This week's word is bumbershoot. Sorry, a bumbershoot.
Bumbershoot.
A bumbershoot.
Well, a shoot could be something off a tree, but
just let that stew for a while.
Yeah.
Take that all in.
Yeah.
Bumbershoot.
Bumbershoot.
All right, you ready for your choices?
What's our choices?
Okay, option number 1. A makeshift tent used in the 19th century by sailors. They would be hastily erected on a ship's upper deck during heavy storms at sea, and they were essential for crew morale during that period. Bumbershoot. That's option number 1.
Yeah, it keeps you dry, I guess.
Option number 2. A protective cover or shield placed over sensitive machinery to prevent damage from dust, debris, or accidental contact. That's option number 2. Bumbershoot. All right. And option number 3, an old irreverent American slang term for umbrella that originated in the 1800s. Bumbershoot. What do you think, guys? You've got a ship's tent on the deck. you've got a protective cover for machinery, and you've got an umbrella. What do you guys think?
Well, I know where I'm leaning,
All right.
just based on the whole tree shoot thing.
We got Sarah coming in. Sarah says number 2, a protective cover or shield placed over. Oh, sorry, that's K. Comments are coming in faster than I can toggle on them. K, sorry, Sarah at number 2, protective cover for machinery. K, 1 and 3. Oh, it's both. Silver Spider coming in with number. Oh my God. Number 2.
And Gaz says,
Gaz, crack open that bumper chute. It's starting to rain. Oh, going with the old number 3. All right. Any more before we get to the actual answer?
I think I'm a lock in mine at 3.
You're locking in at number 3.
TJC.
TJC. Yeah, what Gaz said. All right, everybody. If you did pick, in fact, answer number 3, you were correct.
All right.
The bumper chute is, in fact, an umbrella. Now, the word origins are not completely clear on this one. It is believed that the bumper portion of the word comes from umbrella, and that chute may be from parachute, as in like parachute silk or other materials used as a canopy.
That would make sense because
Bumper chute
didn't have the automatic ones that shoot out.
No,
back
no.
then.
It's right up there with like what's the other one? Brawley.
Brawley,
which is more of a British one. But
yeah, parasol.
And parasol. Yeah, bumper chute, everybody.
There you go.
All right, that has been Lexicon. Congratulations to everybody who got it right. And come back next week. I will have another word for you, and we will do it all over again.
We could probably make a T-shirt out of that one.
Bumper chute.
Don't forget your bumper chute.
You could make the word bumper chute in the shape of an umbrella. Yes, do congratulate each other in the comments. That's great.
But back over to news type thingies. I guess news type thingies.
I guess so, yeah.
Oh
no, this one.
This is a bad one for her.
I said something about this week.
Yeah. Sony is reportedly unhappy with Dakota Johnson's behavior on her Madam Web press tour.
Do we have the quotes?
Well, there was a couple quotes that showed up on one guy's page, and I could not find an actual interview
where she actually said some bad things.
Where she said some really bad things about the film and what's her name there? Sweeney.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I read this. I think I read the same thing. That was just that was satire.
I believe so.
Oh yeah, that was definitely
it's
satire.
Kind of based in reality.
Yes, an idea for a new T-shirt. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. But
listen, I get it that she's been making the press tour and she's kind of been making jokes about it and not really promoting the movie. And all I will say is that these people are contractually obligated to promote the film for the period of whatever the contract says. Yeah. Exactly. Even Halle Berry was smart enough to keep her opinion shelved until that period had expired. Now, I was corrected on that today. Halle Berry attended the Razzie Awards to collect the Razzie for Catwoman.
That's cool.
But it was a year later. So she had to have been in the clear by that time. And she had a very good, she had a really interesting sort of opinion on that. She's like, you know what, if we go to these things like the Academy Awards because we're being praised for it, we'd have a completely different, you'd be saying different things about it. Same case here. If Madam Web had been like this, huge hit movie, she wouldn't be saying the things that she's saying now.
No.
That being said, yes, you were absolutely entitled to have an opinion. I just don't know if you're contractually allowed to say anything until
don't burn your bridges until you're not standing on them.
Yeah. I mean, it's the fastest way to ensure that a studio never hires you again.
Yeah.
And that just speaks not necessarily to her, but the studio system and all the nepotism and all the shit that goes on there.
Yeah.
Which is neither here nor there. I hope that she is able to recover from this career-wise.
Yeah.
Gaz says, what's her name should have used a bumper chute in her song rather than an umbrella.
Rihanna? But in that one movie, don't they say what the umbrella is a metaphor for?
Maybe.
Oh, what movie was that? I can't remember, but it's the little girl that says it. She's like, she's talking about her vagina.
I have not seen Madam Web yet, so I can't
Yeah, me
actually
neither.
I can't actually comment on the quality of the movie.
I mean, it's not getting great reviews.
It really isn't. It's I think Sony's lowest
Yeah,
opening weekend,
even worse than
than Morbius. Yeah,
But
which I did see.
Yeah. Sony reportedly believes that Johnson is dragging the new film, which received scathing reviews from both critics and audience, without taking any responsibility for its failure. I mean, you're in it. You delivered a performance, whether or not it was good.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I didn't see the movie, but yeah, talking just in generalities, if you didn't do a good job, that's okay. Do better.
Yeah.
Do better on the next one, but don't go and slam the movie because you may not get a next one.
Yeah. One insider told the newspaper, the Daily Mail Online, lots of people at Sony are questioning her star power, and how she reacted to this failure will likely come back to haunt her.
Well, and that's exactly, I think, what I'm sort of getting at.
Yeah. And not every movie is going to work, but a lot of hard work is put in towards even bad movies. And for your star to shit on it is a bad look.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. TJC says, surprised you guys haven't done a show on the Halo series. I can't say that I'm impressed by it, though.
It's on Paramount, right?
It is on Paramount.
So that puts me at a disadvantage.
I am watching it. And as someone who's played all of the main Halo games, minus the RTS,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. But
Okay.
but you know, like my thing is, I'm okay with poetic license. I always have been. I feel like if you honor the spirit of the thing that you were trying to do, that's okay. And I mean, you know, we have some of the same arguments that we have here with the Mandalorian. Oh, you have a whole show with a guy who takes his helmet off. He's not supposed to take his helmet off. I don't care. I just don't care. And besides, it's Pablo Schreiber, and I really like him. So maybe I'm a little bit forgiving that way. Oh, Red, wait for it. What am I waiting for?
For Halo to
For
come
Halo?
to Max or something?
I don't know.
Maybe.
It shouldn't. It can't. It's not a Warner.
Paramount.
It's
right?
not. Yeah, it's not a Warner Brothers thing.
Well, until somebody buys Paramount, Disney.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Of course not, but they'll do it.
They'll have to go through all the antitrust stuff again. Oh, at the end of the season. Yeah, end of the season. Do you think they'll get renewed? I don't know.
I don't know if it
I
does
don't know.
good for them. They will.
Well, season 2, I think, was already announced before the end of season 1, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yep. But regardless, don't crap on your projects.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Madam Web. That's right. Dakota.
Yeah.
Stop shitting on your stuff.
Pull your head out of your arse.
Don't shit where you eat. How's that?
There you go. This next one is good news. James Gunn and his wife, Jennifer Holland, have confirmed that Peacemaker Season 2 is going to happen.
Yeah, I read this earlier today, and I was surprised that Season 1 has just been decanonized.
It has been decanonized.
By the stroke of Gunn's pen.
Yeah.
No longer canon. Just
But-
like that.
Yeah, but Cena's coming back. She's coming back.
I don't understand why. And there was, I saw this on social media, and I thought that, you know, the comments were great, by the way. Why doesn't he just do like a dimensional thing and poof, everything's fine? Like, it's still the same guy, and the story just carries on.
Could be. I mean,
knows?
Jesus, they fought a space cow
Yeah.
and a bunch of little, space brain bugs.
Yeah.
Is jumping to a different universe really that bad?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, they did it in the CW Arrowverse multiple times.
True enough. I mean, I was okay with Peacemaker. It really kind of, there was nothing else in the superhero genre like it on television. And so for that reason, I liked it. And if they maintain that irreverent sense of like
fun, but action.
Well, the blurry lines between comedy and gore.
Yes.
And I'm not a horror guy, right? So you think that gore would upset me?
Yeah.
But it was pretty good. I liked it. If they can keep that, I'm okay with it. Gaz says, Mando can take his helmet off if no one's around, and we don't count as we really aren't there unless it's a never-ending story thing. Oh, good point. What's TJC got something there about Halo? Oh yeah, that stuff doesn't bother me either. I just think they've watered down the story too much. Yeah, it's It is a little watery. Although this season they've kind of, getting back to some of the core elements like the whole attack on Reach, and I'm enjoying it. But if you're not enjoying it, I can appreciate that too. And it's not necessarily for everybody. So that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. But Peacemaker season 2 will start filming after the new Superman one wraps up
Oh wow.
this summer.
So we've got a way to go.
Yeah, but Olin confirmed on her Instagram, yes, it starts filming this summer and it's going to be so good.
So good. Zazel's here, brandy time. Good evening, sir.
And yes, as seen his appearance on the Oscars was pure gold, just saying.
Listen, I didn't watch the Oscars, but man,
I saw what he did.
And I've seen a bunch of the behind the scenes stuff. Did you see that he was wearing underwear?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course he was.
Industrial Light and Magic. We can't have John Cena flopping out live. I mean, it's one thing to slap Chris Rock, but
Brandy. I was pretty impressed with that too. And apparently the people behind the who put the show together really wanted him to carry a larger envelope. And they pushed back on it and went with what they did. So good for them. It's always cool when your stunt works.
True. I mean, he's been pushing more into the comedy regions anyway lately.
So speaking of John Cena and comedy,
did you watch
last week? Ricky Stenicki came out on Prime Video, and I watched it the very next night. It was okay.
It was okay.
It was just
a lot of the funniest scenes were in the trailer, but
yeah,
in
some ways, the Stenicki character feels a little bit like Peacemaker.
A little bit,
yeah. But I mean, it's John Cena, right? So when he does comedy, it's that he's always kind of over the top.
Yeah.
What's that? What's the other one we were talking about? The wedding one.
Oh, wedding one
with Josh Duhamel, and they're on an island, and he's there.
Oh,
have you? Oh, maybe you don't know the one I'm talking about.
I don't think I've seen it, but
it's funny.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
It's the same mannerisms across all these characters. So I mean, it's John Cena. What you get is at face value.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And yes, he has been getting more into comedy, and I agree, it's pretty good.
Yeah. And sticking with comedy, apparently Rob Reiner's Spinal Tap sequel is real, and it's already filming.
I'm sorry, did you just say Spinal Tap is getting a sequel?
Yes.
How do you
do a sequel to a documentary?
A mockumentary.
A rockumentary. Well, apparently it doesn't have an official title yet, and it was announced back in 2022 with original cast members Michael McKean, Harry Shearer, and Christopher Guest all confirmed to return, as well as director Rob Reiner coming back as his character, the film within a film director, or Marty Berge. But then he revealed late last year that Paul McCartney, Elton John, and Garth Brooks are going to make cameos.
Okay, wait. I get the first two, but sorry, did you say Garth Brooks?
Garth Brooks, yeah.
Okay, I don't know why, but
and then they recently announced, I guess just today, in a press release from Castle Rock Entertainment, that production began in New Orleans and that Questlove has been added as the drummer.
That's awesome. Is this going to be like because how do you make this movie relevant so many years later?
True.
Is this a where are they now? Like follow up?
According to what's been told here, in addition that
the has-beens?
Not so much, but also Trisha Yearwood has been added as a cameo.
Oh, Garth Brooks' wife.
Yeah. But
no nepotism in Hollywood.
Apparently it'll be about the band reuniting for one final concert.
Oh, there it is.
After a 15-year hiatus.
So there you go.
But
we are talking kind of has-been.
Yeah.
But all right.
This year would have marked the 40 years since it came out.
Oh, right.
So again, with the whole
the
pandemic and strike and all that stuff, kind of put everything on hold. But Red says Spinal Tap 2 now goes to 12. Yes, it does. And Gaz says, wait, what? Spinal Tap 2? Yeah.
No, exactly. I was like, what? I don't get it. Why?
Yeah, because it was supposed to come out this year to line up with that anniversary. but you know, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
This next one here, a little bit frustrating, but they're getting called on it, right?
Oh, wait. Perfect time for that comment. Art imitates life, imitates art, imitating life. Funny that you should say that on the heels of this one.
Yeah, because our next one here says that DC's new Batman series has been accused of using AI artwork.
Art imitating life.
Yeah. Writer and designer James Leach has been questioning whether or not DC Comics utilized the AI generated art in the production of its current Batman ongoing series. And he's posted some side by sides on his X,
Okay.
and it is friggin' uncanny. Like at some point, you got to say, yeah, those are telltale signs.
Do we have any of those?
Actually, you can't see it really well here, but
Sure.
the ribs on there,
The ribs on the one on the top left?
have been subbed into the Joker pose in the book.
Oh.
So, you know, he
Well-
posted this March 10th on X and noted numerous potential reasons why he believes that they're using AI. And
I mean, that'll be interesting. I mean, will DC respond to this? I don't know.
if they respond that yes, they're using it, like,
It's all the stuff, and we've talked about this before. Like if you are collecting other people's art from across the internet and then making it a part of something else, that's kind of shady. But if there's some algorithm out there that you're feeding into it, I want a gaunt white guy that looks like their ribs are sticking through their chest, and it goes, okay, here's a thing that it comes
that
up with.
found.
That's a little bit different.
Yeah. But I guess he also did his own little test using one of the AI art generators.
Yep.
And there was a panel from the book of Catwoman.
Okay.
And with what he punched into the AI, he got basically the same panel, like pose and
I mean, all of those generators, the one thing, and I don't understand how they work to like very well, but what I do understand is that the more input you give it, the more parameters you give it, the closer to what you want it'll produce. So I mean, if you're looking at an existing panel and you put all the parameters of that panel into it, well, yeah, maybe you would get a panel that looks the same.
yeah, especially if that panel is out there available to be sourced.
Yeah. And what's not?
Yeah.
Really, I mean, we don't know where this stuff is pulling from. So
Yeah. But issue 143 of Batman is written by Chip Zdarsky and illustrated by Andrea Sorrentino.
Yep.
And Giuseppe Camuncoli. Sorry about that name, but he's pointing out that a lot of the stuff on their socials matches nothing here.
No.
So like it's like a hard shift.
Okay.
Which, you know, I
Well, I mean, you've talked about this before with another comic book artist,
yeah,
local artist,
Yeah.
who overnight
just
went from like grade school art class to
look
whoa.
at me now. Yeah.
We shall leave them nameless.
Yes.
That's an interesting thought. I was wondering the same thing. Why is Batman kissing the black cat?
Because it was sourced that way. I don't know.
Is that another take, a different take on Catwoman?
You know what? I don't recall her ever having white hair.
No. So I mean, to me, I agree with Gaz.
Yeah.
The black cat. Red says you can get extremely specific with them, especially in the generation of adult special interest material. What does that put that back up? We just call it
Adult special.
ASIM. ASIM.
There you go.
You mean porn? Porn shall now be known as ASIM.
There you go.
I work in the film industry. Really, what kind of movies you make? I make ASIM movies.
Very specific market.
ASIM magazines.
Yeah. But similar to this, Wizards of the Coast, who publishes the Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering,
Yes, they do.
they came under fire earlier this year when AI artwork was used in promo material for the game. And the artwork has since been deleted because fans noted like a whole crap load of like telltale signs. And they were like adamant, no, we didn't use AI. But then they walked it back saying, oh, yeah, it is, but it was supplied by a vendor.
Oh, so they subbed it out.
Yeah,
Well, that person won't get hired again.
probably not.
Or people's. First thing all tech gets used for.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, if that's what it's coming down to, like, it's the end of the era, right?
There's going to be an entire group of people though that are going to like continue to buy comic books and just be not a care in the world that will have no idea.
Yep.
They'll just see a cool thing and go, "That's a cool thing."
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
Sucks.
I'd be very curious to know like what all of the telltales are or the signs, and I'd like to see if DC responds to this. That's the story.
Yeah.
Will they
admit to it?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And I mean somebody out there, some editors out there has to look at this stuff before it gets published. Are they smart enough to be asking those questions?
I don't know. Is it just like keep it rolling as long as it makes money?
Maybe. Maybe. Gaz says that AI is a good tool for artists to help generate ideas, but using it for artwork and books is shameful.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it on the nose.
Yeah. But moving back over to movies.
Oh, okay.
So spinning out of that whole controversy where Jenna Ortega and the other
Oh my God.
left Scream 7
They left.
or fired and left, Nev
Yes.
Campbell is returning.
Didn't we ask that question?
We did ask that question,
Is
and at
there
the
room
time,
for her to come back?
she's back. She has posted on Instagram that Sidney Prescott is coming back for 7.
Okay.
So they ponied up the dough and said, yes, we will pay you.
Is she really that expensive?
I don't know if she's that expensive, but it was a contract dispute over
Oh,
the value she had
okay,
brought to
okay.
the franchise.
So she was willing to come back, but she wanted more.
Yeah, like she's
Well then.
a legacy player in it all, right?
I mean, I don't want to slam anybody, but like, isn't this all she's got at this point in her career?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, that's my point. Do you know anything else she's been in the last 10 years?
Was there a Party of 5 remake?
See, that's my point. Like, I can't think of her being in anything else other than this franchise.
Actually, no, that's a lie. I do know one. The one with The Rock in the Flaming Inferno Tower.
Oh, where he's got a bum leg?
Skyscraper.
Is that the one where he's got
where he's got the amputee leg? Yeah.
I don't know if that was a good choice for him, but okay, yes.
She was the
I
wife in
do.
that
Yeah, you're right. That was her. Now, that's what?
a couple years back.
How old is that? Oh my God, I'm going to look this up. Dwayne Johnson movies. Dwayne
The
Johnson films. Here we go. San Andreas?
No, Skyscraper.
Skyscraper. Okay, here we go. That movie is when was this movie? Jesus. 2018. Okay, so it was more recent than I thought.
Yeah. I thought it was older than that, but
so did I.
But anyway, she is coming back for this. She says, it's always been such a blast and an honor to get to play Sydney in the Scream movies. My appreciation for these films and for what they've meant to me has never waned. I'm very happy and proud to say I've been asked in the most respectful way to bring Sydney back to the screen, and I couldn't be more thrilled. So that respectful way means, we concede.
Yeah, I mean, but that's part of the work. That's
Yeah.
part of the job is the negotiation part.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I mean, this kind of stuff happens all the time. I want more money. No. All right, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give you more money. Thank you. Now we can get on with it.
At first it was, no, we're not going to give you more money. We have these other two. They're younger and cuter, and then they're out. So they're like, okay, we'll take you back.
Pivot.
Yeah. I don't know. She's still cute.
Well, I mean, as long as she's putting, there you go. Know your worth, I suppose. That is a very good point, Red.
Yep. But, I guess that brings us to almost our last.
Are we getting down to the wire here?
I believe we are. So if you wanted to call in.
Yeah, this is almost, I guess we'll call this last call for last call. If anybody has an opinion or something they want to talk about any of the stories we've covered tonight, or maybe you've got something that we didn't talk about tonight that you want to talk about. Now is your time.
Mm-hmm. So I
say this every week. I always say now is your time, but at the beginning of the show, I always say like, don't wait for me. Oh wait, and here it comes. Hello, you're live on Tuesday Night Random Fandom.
Hey lads, how's it been?
Very good. Eric the Red Swenson, how are you, sir?
I am doing well.
Transitioning
It's
from the
been-
live chat right to the live phone call. Nice to have you on board tonight.
yeah. I had one point that you guys had brought up, and one thing that I believe you said you weren't going to bring up. So
No, and I think I know where you're going. I sent you a link. I think the day that it was announced. I didn't put any context, and I'm just like, here you go. This is
yeah, no,
happening.
I was very aware the day that it was announced,
I'm
but
sure.
I'll get to that in a sec.
Oh,
the
sure.
first one I want to comment on is the Halo show.
Oh, Halo, yeah.
I think I've figured out why everyone has such a big problem with it, and it's got nothing to do with, oh, he's not wearing his armor, oh, they showed his butt. It's got nothing to do with any of that.
Listen,
The Halo,
I've said this before. I said this to somebody else. Pablo Schreiber talking about showing his butt. I mean, that's got to be a step in the right direction for him as an actor, because I don't think a lot of people remember this. Remember, Pablo Schreiber was Porn Stash in Orange is the New Black. Same actor. So good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
No, absolutely. So the issue really stems from when you're playing the video game.
Sure.
The video game delivers three things. It's an action adventure story about like sci-fi military.
Yep.
The B plot is it's a romance between the chief and the AI.
Yeah.
And then the C plot is the whole totalitarian military government, shady ethical practices, whatnot.
Yeah, that stuff
problem
isn't in the forefront though in the original game. It's kind of like it's really
it's
layered
not in the
down.
games. It's all over the books.
Oh, okay.
It's what a lot of the books cover.
Sure.
So the problem that people are seeing is they're familiar with the game, they're not as familiar with the books, and you're seeing the C plot elevated to the A plot.
I mean, I've been watching this season, and I don't want to give too much away, but I assume you are watching as well.
I like it. It's not bad.
It almost, to me, in some ways, looks like they're building up to adapting Halo 2 and having the chief and that elite have to work together.
I'm not sure if I would go that far, but that's an interesting thought.
That's the first thing I thought about when I'm like, oh, this guy's had more dialogue than any other Covenant soldier in the show.
Well, there's actually two things. Number one, they're calling that elite the Arbiter.
Yeah.
Which is one thing, but they also name him. If you look at the subtitles, they actually give him a name, and that name is the name of a different villain in the games.
Oh, so all of the astute Halo players will be like, hey, this is not the same guy.
Yeah, I don't know if they're nods or homages, or if it's just like, we're going to reuse this in a different way.
Or, you've only got so
in
much
there
screen time, and it's the same thing that they do in films, like in Motley Crue's In the Dirt. They basically took three people and basically spun them down into one character, but had elements of all three people sort of delivered by this one character. I mean, maybe that's kind of a thing that's going on here.
Well, the one thing they could do to get everyone back is just drop Sergeant Johnson in, but that's just my opinion.
I mean, we've already essentially lost two Spartans.
We lost Keys,
yeah,
and two of the Spartans.
Gaz has an interesting comment. He says the problem with Halo is that it's not Mass Effect, and you say that with the laugh emoji, but there's some truth there. I would totally dig like a Mass Effect series. That's easily a multi-season show right there.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
I cut you off, Eric. Was there more you wanted to talk about on Halo?
Fine. I was going to talk about that comment too, but I guess moving on to the second subject, this one was kind of big for me.
Sure.
Rooster Teeth Productions has been shelved by Warner Brothers.
Oh, is that? Yeah, I did read
down.
that. That's a big deal. Now, maybe just for the uninitiated, you want to talk a little bit about the origins of Rooster Teeth and sort of where they came from?
Yeah. So they were a bunch of dudes who just started making funny videos in their, closet. back in the day, and they spawned the longest running web series in history, which is Red versus Blue.
Go figure, talking about Halo.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's sort of connected ideas here. But yeah, so they made a couple of episodes of Red versus Blue, and they basically like exploded a server because they got so many downloads in the first couple of days,
right?
That they're like, oh, maybe we can turn this into a career. So they really were one of the first companies to like quit their jobs, start making machinima full time, and they grew that out until they became this massive multimedia corporation.
Now.
Well,
you can't.
They were pretty massive.
You can't say machinima in terms with online videos without reminding people of that awful YouTube channel that just tanked.
Well, machinima as an art.
Yeah, yes, of course. Not the YouTube channel.
Versus machinima, they're two different Wikipedia entries. It's a whole.
Yeah, of course.
It's a whole thing.
Yep.
Information.
Yeah, all it is making media with a different form of media. That's what
right.
really means.
But you have a personal connection to this.
I do. When they got big, they started having their own convention down in Austin, Texas. And at first it was just a bunch of people in a field drinking beers and having a good time, and then eventually it got to the point where they were renting out the entire Austin Convention Center, which is quite large.
Hey, we should do something legitimate.
Right?
People apparently like this
and
stuff.
As part of that, as part of that, they asked for volunteers, and I was a young kid. I threw my hat in the ring. I was like, yeah, I'll volunteer. And they said, yeah, we'll take you. And as I went down and was one of they call them guardians. They were, that was their volunteer force.
Sure.
So that was a really big part of my life for a long time. I think I went like 7 or 8 years in a row.
So wait,
every summer.
Now, how long were they around for? They started, like, when did
they're shutting down? I think it started on April 1st, which is a joke in and of itself. But I think this would have been 21 years.
That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That is a long time. It's weird though. Like, I remember, like, in the link I sent you, I guess it was last week when it was announced, and I clicked on it and I was looking at some of the posts, and people were talking about, like, watching and talking about the demise of their online presence, that the interest just died off, and the numbers kind of said as much.
Yeah, what really, something from my perspective,
it was like, I think, and I don't quote me on this because I don't know the numbers, but to paraphrase, it was basically like, if your YouTube channel that has millions of subscribers can barely scratch 2,500 views on a video, there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. So maybe the relevance just kind of.
I think part of that comes down to the shift. There was a period back a couple of years where there was a conscious shift towards and away certain things.
Okay.
And that of course begets the whole argument of, well, this isn't the old Rooster Teeth, so like, why can't you do stuff like you used to? And it's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of toxicity amongst certain groups of the fans, and really it started to wind itself down. And one of the founders, like, he's started his own podcast. He's left the company a long time ago, and then he started his own podcast recently. And his comment was, everyone's upset. I don't think anyone's shocked.
Oh, there you go.
So this is something they've seen coming for a while, and a lot of us have seen it coming, and it kind of became a meme, like, oh, a Rooster Teeth is dead. But the fact that they shelved it, they said, all right, 60 days, and the company is going to be done. So they've liquidated their store. They're doing auctions and stuff. They're doing wrapping a bunch of final projects. They're also shopping it around to see if people want to buy it.
I mean, there's probably some value in the brand.
Probably.
Even just the Red versus Blue thing in itself probably has some value. But as somebody who ran a small business and who had to shut it down, like, I just hope that they are getting away with, like, getting out in the clear. Like, they're not indentured or like insolvent or like needing, like owing people tons and tons of money, because that's just a horrible way to end
No.
a 20 plus year run.
They got bought out by one company that got bought out by another company that eventually got bought out by Warner.
McDonald's.
Right?
All restaurants are now Taco Bell.
So now the biggest concern is like some of the smaller projects that are tied to specific personalities in the company.
Okay.
Like, are they going to have control of that, or is that now been taken away and it's going to be shelved, and that project has to die in its
that's a
current
great
form?
question too. That comes down to that whole intellectual property. Who owns it? Does the creator own it, or does the company? Yeah. Like if you're a paid employee
and you created it on their dime,
that's what I mean. Like you don't own anything.
Yeah.
But if you are an owner in the company and you create something, do you have
hopefully
possession of it? Like I don't know how that works. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So really, like this company has been a big part of my life, and I wouldn't say direct personal relationships, but I have a relationship of a kind with a lot of the people involved. And
absolutely. I mean, it's affected you in a way, and it's probably affected, several other people. I mean, you couldn't have been the only volunteer at those conventions.
No, there were hundreds.
So there
of
you
us.
go. I mean, I'm sure on some level, there's some level of camaraderie that comes from like, hey, we're all fans of the thing and we're all here because we love it,
Yeah. And that's really it. Like when you go to one of these conventions, it's really you're finding your tribe. And
I mean, the perk of these things usually is not, you're not doing it because they're paying you like hordes of money. I mean, the perk is you get to be at the event and you don't have to pay to get in. We just ask you to do a few things. Yeah.
Oh, it was good times.
Oh, it's good, man.
I could talk about it for hours.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about tonight?
No, that was it. Just wanted to bring that up.
Well, man, thanks for calling in and talking about that. It's certainly I knew that it had happened. I just didn't know the relevance to like the bigger audience, but no, I appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of momentous. It is one of the biggest freestanding internet names that's gone belly up recently.
When you're talking about entertainment that's not traditional, and I mean traditional like film and television, that definitely is, they're up there.
Yeah. Bunch of YouTubers start retiring. Rooster Teeth goes belly up. Like, what's next?
I don't know. All right, we got a couple more we got to get through here. We got at least one. Definitely, we got one more news item, and then we're going to get to our final segment, and then we'll wrap it up. Listen, Red, thank you once again for calling in. Always happy to hear from you, and I hope you'll stick with us as we keep doing this thing here week in and week out.
Yeah, man. Cheers, boys.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye, man.
Absolutely.
RTX, end of an era. Rooster Teeth. I didn't even know what they were for the longest time until, Eric had actually said that, oh yeah, they're this internet thing. It's like, red versus blue. I'm like, the Halo thing? Yeah, them. Okay. This next one caught me off guard when I saw this.
This next one kind of makes me happy though.
What? In a weird way, yeah.
In a weird way,
yeah. I was hoping that because I saw Ghostbusters and I'm like,
yeah,
but no,
but it is connected. Ghostbusters actor Rick Moranis has been spotted in New York City.
Oh man!
In a rare outing ahead of his 71st birthday.
Yeah.
He hasn't appeared on screen in decades, but he
on
is
film.
On film.
He has done something recently though. He did like a
commercial.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But he is rumored to be reprising his role from the 1989 film Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And Josh Gad last year had posted on X that, I guess he's tied to it as well. And it was all good going ahead, but then COVID hit and everything went to hell.
Josh Gad, that's Olaf, yes. Is that Ant-Man and the Wasp in that picture?
It might be.
It sure looks like it.
It does look like it, yeah. But Yeah.
That would be a cool crossover.
It would be.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with Ant-Man.
Honey, I Shrunk the Avengers.
You really? Same technology, right? I invented a machine that doesn't need PIM particles.
Yep. Just needs a baseball.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was out.
Or
running
in the case
around
of Tron, an orange.
Yes.
It's remarkable how similar those are, those devices.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got off the rails there for a second.
That's all good. But
Rick Moranis, who retired from public life, what, in the 90s?
yes, retiring in 1997, making the decision to stay at home and raise his kids.
Well,
following the death
yeah, I
of
was
his
going to say,
wife,
because he lost his wife at the time. Yeah.
She died of cancer in 91 at the age of 35.
That's so
way too
young.
soon.
That is so young.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what? I mean, given the relative financial freedom that he probably had at that time,
Yeah.
can you blame him for walking away?
Not at all.
I think it's a choice that, you know, a lot of us would have made.
Yeah.
And would make if faced with the same, sort of the same decision.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still up in the air now whether or not Shrunk is actually going to happen. But like Josh Gad said,
Is that what they're tentatively calling it?
Yeah.
Shrunk. Oh, nice.
Like Josh Gad said, if you want it, let your Disney people know. And yes.
So what do I do? Do I gotta Twitter them? Sorry, X them, Facebook them.
Hashtag Save Shrunk.
Save Shrunk. Is that the actual hashtag?
Yeah, you have no
Let's
idea.
get it going. Let's at the Disney and at the Disney Plus. Let's hashtag Shrunk them. Let's see how far we can get this thing going.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. We'll do it tonight.
Yes. But you know, any appearance by him is good. I miss him in movies. Like,
I mean,
just think if he came back, we could get Spaceballs 2.
Oh, don't go that far.
Oh, we could though.
Sure, we could get anything, but I mean, a guy who's been retired for this long. Well, then again, Corey Hart came out of retirement to do music again. So
yeah,
and he hasn't been public since what, 84?
Something like that.
Same thing. Wanted to raise his family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, but coming out of retirement at 70?
Yeah.
Okay, it would have to be
like he's coming out to play, you know.
No, it's got to be a special project though to entice someone to want to do that.
I hope it is a giant swerve and that he will show up in Frozen Empire.
Well,
That
so
would just
my
make
first
day.
when I saw the picture, I'm like, oh my God, are they saving that Rick Moranis is in the new Ghostbusters?
Oh, that would be awesome.
I mean, it's in New York City.
It's in New York City, and they have
Lewis
Annie Potts back as Janine Melnitz.
Louis Tully lives in New York.
And isn't he supposed to be married too?
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
They didn't really talk about that in
they didn't.
Can you avoid talking about it though in the next one when it's set in your home turf?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic that this will happen. I like the idea that Rick Moranis is going to do this again. I like the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie. I don't know if I liked the sequels.
The sequels?
Yeah.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Yeah. You know, the next one, Honey, I Did It Again. Like, or Oops, you could just, it's a comedy now.
Yeah.
They were comedies before, but you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's pretty groundbreaking back then, though.
Yeah, for sure it was. The giant ant. Tell me you didn't have love for that ant.
I know.
Of course, we all do.
So sad.
That's right. Yeah. It's like the family dog.
Yeah.
The family ant. Right. Rick Moranis potentially coming out of retirement.
Yep. I hope so.
Yeah. Well, we'll look. And Frozen Empire, by the way, just talking about Ghostbusters
It's not too far out.
comes out this month.
Yes.
So that is definitely on my radar.
Yep.
I'll be going to see that.
Yep.
All right, man. You got
That
anything
does
else?
bring us to our last.
Have we hit that point in the week?
Which is unfortunate this week.
Why?
Because I was out hunting and I did not find a thing.
What?
Everything I saw
That never happened.
I know. Everything I saw was already recorded and noted.
Stuff that we've already talked about.
Yeah.
So the Dollaramas this week did not get a new infusion of stuff.
No.
Wow, that's
so you know, keep on hunting.
I guess, man. Wow. I was out this week and I didn't see anything that made me go,
Nothing that blew your mind.
Nope, not a thing.
Now I know in Peterborough, our friend Morgan saw a wave of the Masters of the Universe single card figures come back. That's the same one that ran through a bunch of other ones like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
I saw a lonely old Masters of the WWE universe, Stephanie McMahon,
which is unfortunately the peg warmer.
Was when it was at regular retail, and it is at
continues
Dollarama.
to be
Yeah,
at
there was
Dollarama.
only one there, but it was
Yeah.
just like, oh wow, this is really like
Still here.
nobody wants this. Nobody even wants this for custom fodder.
Oh, well, if you follow the, that's one I didn't include tonight. There are some developments in the Janelle Grant case. And Stephanie McMahon, as it turns out, has been named as one of the.
So she's a litigant now.
Yeah, she is.
Well, you had said that they had accused her of knowing the whole time.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see more on that as it unfolds.
Yep.
Wow, this has been 54. Number 54 of Random Fandom. We're just coming up on the hour and 40, just an hour and 40 minutes right now. It's a pretty good show. You know, it's pretty interesting for a show that we said, you know, it doesn't have to be more than 20 minutes. 20 minutes, half an hour, just so we can hang out and shoot the shit and maybe get, talk to some people. Here we are a year later, and
about, all sorts of new stuff like adult special interest material.
ASIM.
I
make ASIM movies now.
ASIM and cocaine bears.
And new words for umbrella.
Yes.
Do you remember what it is?
Bumbleshoot.
Bumbershoot.
Bumbershoot.
All right, everybody, make sure you've got your bumbershoots with you in case it rains. And we'll be back here doing it all over again next week. By the way, this coming Sunday, it's our other little show, the Fan Batch, season 3. Our episodes, they're going to be 4 and 5 as we cover the 2 episodes that are coming out, Star Wars The Bad Batch, streaming tomorrow on Disney Plus. I hope you guys are watching the show. At least watch The Bad Batch, because it is a great show. There's lots to happen.
And it just builds out on Star Wars lore.
Yeah, and we're going to cover both episodes this week. No special timing this week. We will be back on Sunday, 6 p.m. If you're interested, we'd love to have you along. If not, we'll see you next week as we do Random Fandom all over again. And remember, whatever your thing is, fan on, everybody. Oh, guys, awesome show. Thank you very much, guys. And to everybody else that hung out with us in the comments tonight, special thanks to our patrons, Greg Jarrett and Eric Swenson. Also for the phone call, thanks very much. Always love to interact with you guys. So stick with us as we keep the train rolling. And until next time, for Fandom Power, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
And we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, everybody.